So,
we just bought it.
We just
5 minutes ago and it blew up.
Yeah.
Fuel filter out.
He says a 96, but his title is a 92. So I'm going with 92 because of the interior. 92 K1500 single cab short box. It's got a push bar in the front of it. It's got the 350. Carbureted 350.
Valve covers, I think.
Holly valve covers. Edelbrock
carb, Edelbrock intake, probably.
Yeah.
Only thing wrong with this is fuel leak and there's no starter, so we have to.
Yeah. And then my goofy ass ignition system that we're gonna fix.
Yeah, we'll show. You can show them that right now. Don't play with it.
No, I'm not gonna play with it now. But all right, here's the interior. Single cab, so yeah, it's gonna be lovely. 5-speed. 5-speed, fuck yeah. No key. This is the ignition system right here. So we gotta take this little rod thing. That's a rivet. I'm pretty sure of it. I don't know what it is, but stick it in there. And you gotta move it. That's the ignition on it. Should I test the horn? Nothing. Oh well. Train horns. Yeah. Tad bit rusty on the bottom of the rockers, but still pretty clean. A little bit of rust in the front of the frame. Kind of a hole in the frame a little bit. That'd be alright. I'm not planning on taking this thing across fucking fields and shit. It's got a 2-inch block lift. Or 1.5 inches. One of the two. In the back. It's set up for towing. Yeah, it's all pretty clean. I'm scared to see the inside of the bed when I take this liner out. Probably. It's a Chevy. Diamond plate. Bed plates. Yeah, this thing's pretty fucking clean. Rockers are still good. Still solid. Floors are solid. Cab corners are solid. Been repainted.
Yeah.
Stupid little sun visor on there that I don't like at all, which will be removed eventually and replaced with actual cab lights.
This fucking belt is in the way. I gotta get this hose off. It's like dried under there.
Can you cut it?
Not really. Maybe.
Yeah, we're just doing this on the side of the road. If whoever lives in this house on this street, sorry.
You got gas and
You got fuel on the road in front of your house, and then people over there too. There's a lot of fuel on that side.
there's quite a bit.
That's all right.
Motherfucker.
Is that line down there loose?
No, it was just pulling it. Steel, it was flexing.
Okay.
Which is what they do, but
Yeah. It looks like it's fucking been pinched a few times.
it's dried on there because it's probably been.
I'm at the line, the hard line. Look at it, dude. It's got kinks in it. Fucker's been played with quite a few times.
Gas over my fucking hands.
Goddamn rednecks working on the truck inside the road.
This is like the most retarded thing I've ever
Here,
fucking
give me my knife real quick.
You try cutting that because I can't fucking get in there. I was trying to cut straight down the middle of it so it would tear off.
This.
Oh, well, what the fuck? You get it?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm about to start dumping fuel here pretty soon.
Grab the other hose. Oh, wait, I got it right here. Grab that. Be ready to stick it on there. Shit.
Well, it's not dumping any.
Yeah? I was afraid that was sitting low enough that it would make a vacuum and just start pissing everywhere. Well, then don't worry about putting it on you. Take this back.
Stinky gas.
Very stinky. BMX for life.
The only time you're not going to see me smoking a cigarette in a video is because we're working with fuel.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of shit right now.
Yeah, I'm not about to blow the fuck up. Hell no. I like this thing though.
It's a good truck. The motor's strong. Like, it sounded really good.
I might be able to get the starter after I do that door.
Maybe.
Depending on how much I get. What's half at 125? It's like 60 bucks, isn't it?
62 and a half.
62 and a half. Get that line to where it needs to go.
Pretty much right here will work, I think. I'll just stick it under here. And then
Hold it right where it needs to.
cut it right. Cut it right where the 9's at. So I'll cut it.
I'll get it here. Just do this.
Don't pull up on it though, because I got it slid on down there.
Oh yeah. Not that dumb.
I hope not. At least the thing's warmed up enough to where it should idle on its own. Save that little piece of hose too. That's a good hose.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I'll just cut it at an angle, but that's alright.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's got a long thing on it, so.
It's got a long dong on it.
I wish it had a fuel sender on the back. That would have made this a lot easier.
Yep, that's it.
There we go. Here's this. Let me just throw that on top of the other stuff. I gotta put the hose clamp back on there. There you go.
Done with the knife then.
I hope so. Everything else is good, so I think so. I just want to get it back to your house.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
So get this figured out. Make sure it's not leaking. Get her started. Make sure she's not leaking. And then
we should be alright.
make it to the gas station and put gas in and get home.
Alright, we're about to give it a start. So here we go. Now try to pull start it. Set the camera there. Hopefully you guys can at least hear when it starts. Well, it started right up. Didn't want to start. There's no choke on this thing at all.
Leaking, dude.
Why?
There's something leaking back there, and it's gonna be that water pump in there.
How much? Can you see?
It's water. That's how it gets gas and water.
Yeah. Get like one of the big gallons or something. If it runs out.
I'll grab a couple of gallons, dude, honestly.
Yeah.
The overflow. Must have been the overflow tank up there.
Oh, there's not probably nothing in that. We could put some in that too then, can't we?
Yeah.
There's some in there. Yeah. Honestly, I might be able to weld that water pump back together. Where'd you go? You know what I can do? It's got a hole in it. I can weld it.
Does it?
It's a hole in the back of it. I can weld it back together.
Nope.
We're good.
Alright, to the gas station.
Yep. As long as it's...
Hold on. Plates.
Yeah.
Where's that? Back here?
Yeah, they're back there. Just put gas in it. I'm gonna drive it till we get out of this fucking town, and then Colby's gonna take over. So, we'll be back in a little bit. Gauges are working. I'm following Colby. This town is nuts. We'll be back. Looks like somebody's on fire up there. Oh, that's oil. That's an oil burning car. Holy fucking shit. It's leaking. The temp is staying at like 170. So I think we're good.
I don't think it's leaking.
Really? Wow. We fixed it. This thing vibrates a hell of a lot, as you guys can tell. But other than that, this thing drives good. We're going about 55. There's some steering dead zone. Part of that's thanks to the front tires being low as fuck. Fifth gear has been grinding, but it doesn't grind really hard, so it's probably fine. I have put it in all 5 gears at this point, including reverse, and they all work. Fifth gear is the only one that's been grinding, and it might have been my fault. I don't know. I'm not used to this truck yet, so everything else has been really good. Apparently it's quit leaking even. That's what Colby said. So we might have fixed that, possibly, or it might have fixed itself. We don't know. It looked like there was a hole in the water pump somewhere and it was spraying, which I could weld back together if there's a hole there. But everything else looks good. I had to close the back window because it was sucking shit that's like all nasty and wet from the bed inside. But it's driving good, not overheating. It's got a good oil pressure, according to the gauges. Hopefully these gauges actually work. Hopefully you guys can fucking hear me. People have been driving like assholes. We're trying to stay together because he's got the GPS and we don't really know where we're at. I had some bitch ride right up on my ass and she like snaked between us when I was trying to get in the same lane as him. So fuck you, bitch. But going good so far. Next time you guys see us, we should be back at Colby's house unless something glorious happens. So it was overheating. Apparently this fucking cap wasn't letting water from the overflow get in here. So we poured water in the overflow and it did nothing at all, pretty much. So it got really hot and had almost no power left. There's froth and oil up everywhere. Froth. The power brakes aren't worth a shit. They're disconnected somewhere.
The gas station's 3 miles away.
It's not far.
We could probably leave this here. Get oil. Let it cool off.
Let's see how much water I can get in this thing.
Supposed to hit the hole, Jacob.
What?
Supposed to hit the hole.
I know, I missed it.
Yeah, we're shifty sounding in here, side of the highway. Fixing an old beat up Chevy.
I wish this thing wasn't so fucking far away from your house.
I know.
It would have been fine.
Yeah. If it was like 45 minutes from home, it would have been perfect. This probably would have happened right when I got in 10-3 too. Holy shit, that's close. Cobalt SS. That's what you hear right now.
The thing got so hot that it died because it ran out of coolant on us. I'll show you guys where it's leaking at. There's literally just a hole in the back of the water pump. Right there. So, it just keeps spraying and spraying. There's really nothing we can do about it. It looks like just a random ass hole, so we can probably weld it shut. Is what we're gonna end up doing, and then we'll be able to check the water pump gasket and everything else. But it's running fine. It's just got so hot, like I was giving the gas and I had no power. I think I wasn't able to pull any fuel in or something from whatever getting hot will do. It's carbureted, so they don't like heat. But yeah. So hopefully the next time I get back with you guys will be at his place. We're about 45 minutes out making another stop. Truck wasn't overheating yet, but we're trying to be staying ahead of the game, so we might be able to make it in one more shot. The hissing noise you're hearing is the hole in the water pump. It's letting pressure out of the fucking water pump. Once it quits doing that, then we can take the cap off and fill it. Fix the fuel leak. The brake booster, when you hit the brakes, you can hear the brake booster sucking air in somewhere. So I don't even think it's hooked up to vacuum at all.
I don't even care about that.
So
that can be a later fix. It still stops.
We can, yeah. You just gotta mash that pedal hard, but it works.
That's a 90 Chevy for you, though.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't have all the fucking. It's not bolted in all the way.
This will be a good vehicle for the channel, at least. We'll be busy.
Yeah, dude.
We can never say we don't have anything to do now. Coming out of it?
Yeah. Where are we setting that?
I can still see some in there.
I'd just fill it up again.
Fill it all the way, yeah.
use that crappy water out of the that water's out of the fucking toilet, dude. I just dumped it in there from the tank of the toilet, so, not the bowl, because fucking sink was too fucking small to put these big ass jugs in.
Damn. I'm surprised they didn't have a hose somewhere.
If it did, then I don't care. It was only $4 for water, so it's cheaper than the first time when I bought these.
Really?
Yeah. Those were like $9.
That's the cleanest fucking toilet water I've ever seen.
Especially have a gas station.
Yeah. Look at that. It's like cleaner than Wasion city water. Okay, so we finally got this poopy back at the house. Are you having fun? This exhaust was held in. This exhaust was held in by one hanger and some duct tape. The other one was held in by 2 hangers, and it looks like some aluminum foil. There's a flex pipe that was being held on to by hopes and dreams. It's just dangling right there. The rest of the exhaust is sort of alright because it's got like a ripped extension cable tied up to it. So it's alright.
It's got them 1.5 blocks in the back.
Yeah, it's got 1.5-inch lifting blocks, probably for towing, is what the guy said.
That's what it's set up for, is towing.
He lifted the rear so he could put more weight on it. There's no rust in the cab corners at all.
None whatsoever. That reminds me, I need to get my phone to take pictures.
Down here, there's no rust. It's just really dirty. There's a little bit in the doors, but nothing to worry about. There's really no rust anymore. This thing's pretty clean body-wise. Pretty sure there's a giant-ass hole in the water pump somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
And then there's no starter. The starter doesn't work. Ooh, I farted.
That's not what I want. Pictures. What settings?
Got that eBay bull bar in the front. That skid plate's pretty much shot because he pushed the truck back in up onto his driveway. Tires need air because the Jew wouldn't put hardly any air in it.
Yeah, here's an air Jew.
He was a fucking asshole.
A little bit, yeah.
He had to have known because I don't know why I didn't really think about it, but I just thought that it sat. But all this rust here is from it leaking coolant before, so this asshole knew about it. That's why when we went to get it, there's a giant puddle under the truck, and we thought it might have been antifreeze that just left a stain or something, but he probably went out there that morning and tried to fill it, and it all pissed out. Because he's a fuckface. We knew about the starter, he told us about that, but he couldn't really hide that. But the fuel filter leak, we showed you guys that we had to fix immediately. Other than that though, the thing runs strong, transmission's pretty good. Everything else on this thing's good. The brake booster has a vacuum leak somewhere, so you gotta ram on those brakes with your foot. They work really good though. They're there. You just gotta really push. All right, sorry the battery died on me. I got just enough charge to make an ender here. There's Colby. So we got the truck back here, all good. Like I said, needs water pump, starter. That's pretty much it. Some other little stuff. But mainly water pump and starter, and then we'll be able to do burnouts and stuff after there's a water pump and starter on it. Everything else we can rig and bullshit and make work, because I don't feel like doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Because I think we showed him the whole.
Hey, look, I'm smoking now.
Every video.
It wasn't earlier though, because fucking working with fuel, I'm not gonna catch on fire.
Yeah, this thing right here is the little arm, I guess, inside of this is broken off. The arm that pushes, where is it?
Probably.
The arm that pushes this little thing in here is broke, yeah.
Or the truck stolen.
Who knows? He had the title though, so. So we're just gonna use these wires. We're gonna run toggle switches to everything. Maybe find a keyed like ignition switch for the actual ignition itself at some point. But just to get it running, we're gonna run a bunch of toggle switches and a push button for the starter or something.
I'll order a new.
I
think I already showed him actually. Yeah, I showed him.
Yeah, there's an aftermarket headliner. Yeah, I think so. There's an aftermarket headliner. So there's all these speakers up here, and then there's 2 aftermarket ones in the dash. There's an aftermarket head unit from like 1995.
All right, I gotta go
on it. So
I'll text you when I get back, alright?
yep. So that's it for this video. The next one will probably be either putting a turbo on that fucking thing or moving my battery on that, actually, is what we'll be doing next. Or we'll be tearing stuff off this and figuring out what the hell's wrong with it.
When I get back home, we're tearing this apart.
Yep. So we'll see you guys later. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, or we will come and find you.
That's Colby's new K1500.